Hi, I'm Terry Murphy, Senior Editor for Realty Times Women in Business and Women in Real Estate, and in the men's room with Murph. But today we have a powerhouse for women in business. Her name is Cynthia Garza. She is the Vice President of National Retail Sales for Union Home Mortgage Corporation, and she is the founder of Optimized Success. She is a certified business coach. She is a leadership expert. She is a certified business coach, a mom, a wife, and more. And we are so lucky to have her. Thank you for joining us, Cynthia.
Thanks, Terry. I'm excited to be here today.
Well, here's an interesting power connection, which is what the Women's Wisdom Network is all about. And that is that we would not have known about you specifically if it weren't for Karen Dice, who was the original founder and president of Mortgage Girlfriends. And through that beautiful connection, we got to meet you, who is the new owner of Mortgage Girlfriends, and Karen, who is totally in support, is also one of our contributing editors. So that just goes to show you the power of, I'll call it networking, but it's really not. It's about opening our sphere. And she has told us that your purpose over the years was to be intentional about women helping women, which is exactly what Women's Wisdom Network is all about, but specifically how women need other women, quote, to build them up. And you have so many talents out there that you are using your time, your energy, your expertise, your intellectual capital to do that. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing besides having one of the most amazing C-suite positions for a major lender.
Well, obviously, I love the position I have with Union Home Mortgage, and I spoke to them a couple years ago about expanding my network to really help women and empower women. As you mentioned, I have two daughters, and I've obviously been right by their side to help them grow, and they are very successful entrepreneurs and own several businesses. And I got to a point in my career where I think sometimes we can all kind of get to that point where you feel like I kind of know what there is to know about my industry, and boy, was I wrong. I was so wrong. So I just made it a point to go out, add to my sphere, as you mentioned, and help to empower women. And I am just having a blast doing it, just loving it. And you could see, the confidence building and the safe space it's creating. And I never had that in my career at the very beginning. I had a lot of great mentors, but I never had a female mentor. And I thought that was so important. So that's what I've been working to try and achieve.
Well, that's over the course of your career. Like you said, you've been able to rise from being a loan originator to the C-suite position where you're pretty much the only woman. Is that still accurate?
Yeah, they're in a regional role. We do have a female SVP who she's just amazing, Jill Ross. She runs operations there. But, in the sales side, it's still, there's not very many females in that, executive level on the sales side.
And this is what's so amazing about you, because you are physically beautiful. You've got this great heart. You've got vision. You've got the heart to share, which I think is important. You talk about helping people as a business coach define their vision, their version of success. And I think as women, sometimes we get into comparing all the time. And you and I were just talking about, another guest I have who is just enormous in her specific vertical. And yet that's not really our purpose. Our purpose is to be our best selves. And you have a coaching program that I'd really like to have you elaborate on. It's an 8-week program. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it's called Healthy, Wealthy Women. And I created it because just what you said, sometimes I think we are so hard on ourselves physically, and we will focus so much on business, and we can have those wins and that success in business, but then personally, we're kind of beating ourselves up. And so I created this program, which I just love. I have so much fun with it, and it's about the whole woman. It's not just the businesswoman, but taking care of ourselves, adding self-care. You mentioned it in your latest blog, adding self-care as part of your business plan. And what's really interesting, Terry, is in one of the first calls we had, I asked them, can you name 5 things that you love about yourself? Completely silent.
Yeah, crickets. Yeah.
Crickets. And can you name 3 things? And one said, oh, I'll speak up. I used to love. I'm like, no. What do you love right now? And so we're in week 6 right now with my last group. And it's so fun to see the transformation and the confidence, because we tend to think, I'll be happy when. I'll be happy if I lose weight. I'll be happy if I feel better. I'll be happy later. And we need to be happy right now and celebrate us as a woman and all the skills we bring right now to the game. So we're having a blast with that.
So I know that you do one-on-one plus this group coaching. And I think it's important for women to understand that even coaches have coaches, because you can't sometimes see, you can only see through your own vision. And women particularly put self-care and self-nurturing last. And I think it's because of our high adaptability. We're caregivers and nurturers by nature. And it was wonderful to hear you say that this is not just about business, because we know that there is just an enormous amount of training and skill advancement, and you can always learn more and do more and create more. But when you realize that you're the product, we need to do better care of ourselves. So how would someone avail themselves of your particular coaching program? Where would they go? How would they sign up?
I have a website, optimizesuccesscoaching.com, and there's links in that website to sign up. We usually offer it each quarter. It's not something that's ongoing all the time. We try and kind of align it to what's going on out in our industry, actually. And so that's how they could find out about us. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Once I started making self-care a priority and just being mindful of what I was eating and making sure I get some activity every single day, it's funny how your career will expand. And you think you don't have the time for that, it creates more time. It's so great how that works.
Well, I think it's about putting it out to the universe that you're first, and you can't, that whole analogy, which we're tired of as we can be with the, airline, put your mask on first, but it only makes sense to be selfish, and that if you can take care of yourselves, you can take others, and selfless doesn't work all that long. But one of the things I wanted to talk about was, how are you going to expand that vision into Mortgage Girlfriends? Karen's done a remarkable job over the years of giving collaboration and a safe place for women in mortgage. I've been very blessed to be a part of that for years, because Karen and I go way back to mortgage originator days. What's your vision going forward for Mortgage Girlfriends?
Oh, I love Karen. And right when the beginning of March hit this year with COVID and quarantine, I couldn't stop thinking about Mortgage Girlfriends. It just entered my heart, and I reached out to her and asked, if she had considered selling it. And I shared with her some ideas I have for it. And one thing that we're going to do is, we've kind of mapped out the next 12 months. We're changing the website around just a little bit, and we're focusing kind of on one theme a month. This month is a process that we call REV, and Results with Exceptional Value is what it stands for. And we have some coaching around that. We have some download digital tools around that. We've all had a price objection, right? And a lot of times that leads to value. There's different things that when a client will give us an objection, what they're really saying. So we really just wanted to kind of go deeper with all the things that Karen has created, and to have more resources and tools available for the Mortgage Girlfriend community. So we're doing that. We have a virtual tour coming in October, and this is where, to get to your question, is so fun for me, because on Thursday, it's October 22nd and 23rd, and it's 2 half days. And the first day is all about your business and growing your business and getting your plan ready for next year and just taking it to the next level. But on Friday, it's kind of like, it's about you as a woman, and we're bringing in a stylist from New York. We're bringing in a TEDx coach that teaches women how to become better speakers. We're bringing in health people. So just more of the woman on that side of it. So we're excited.
That's going to be a wonderful expansion of Karen's original idea. If I'm in mortgage and I want to be a part of Mortgage Girlfriends, where do I go? What do I do?
Oh, thank you for asking. MortgageGirlfriends.com.
That's easy. Okay.
That's easy. And there's links all over, and keep watching, because we're adding more and more every single week. We're just excited. We hired a whole team to kind of help us with that. And so we have some young women, we have some experienced women. So we're trying to kind of appeal to all age groups because there's so many wonderful women inside that community already with a ton of experience and great ideas. And we're pulling that out of them to share with the younger women that are just getting started in their career and really looking for that mentorship.
That is what we call great leadership, Cyndi. Thank you so much for sharing with us. If somebody wants to reach you personally, what's the best way to do that besides LinkedIn?
Oh, they could email me, Cyndi@mortgagegirlfriends.com. Probably the easiest.
Yeah, and that's
Cyndi.
I was just going to say, that's Cyndi with a Y. Be very careful with that. Well, Cyndi, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you'll join us for another segment. My name is Terry Murphy. I am grateful to be part of the Women's Wisdom Network and with people like Cyndi who help women help other women. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Terry. I had so much fun being here with you today, and just having to have met you has just made my world better. So thank you.